Good morning. My name is Siva Padmini and I am working in Marri Laxman Institute of Technology and Management as an assistant professor in the Department of Data Science. Today, I would like to give an introduction on OOPS through Java, of object-oriented programming structure using Java. History of Java. Initially, Java was named as Oak, and after that, it is named as Java by James Gosling and Patrick Norton in 1991. Initially, it was designed for a small embedded system in electronic appliances like set-top boxes. Firstly, it was called as Green Talk by James Gosling, and the file extension was .gt in place of .java. The features of Java we'll discuss now. The main important Java programming language is a high-level programming language that can be characterized by the following buzzwords. The features of Java include simple, object-oriented, robust, secure, platform-independent, architecture-neutral, portable, interpreted, multi-threaded, and dynamic. Let us have a look on one by one in detail. Java is called as a simple programming language. According to Sun Microsystems, Java language is simple programming language because Java syntax is based on C or C++ syntax. Every student or every faculty who want to learn a Java programming language, they first learn they initially they have learned some C language or C++ language. So to understand Java will be an easy task for them. So it is easy to learn. Second one is object oriented. Java is mainly dependent upon the object oriented programming. Everything in Java is an object. If you consider the language of C language, it is a structured oriented language and the importance is given to the structure. In case of Java, it will give importance to the object. Object oriented means we organize our software as a combination of different types of objects that incorporate both data and behavior. Here, when you consider an object, it will contain both data and as well as the behavior also. Java supports various OOPS concepts like encapsulation, abstraction, and polymorphism, and also inheritance. Robust. Java is called as a robust because it uses strong memory management and provides automatic garbage collection and also provides inbuilt exception handling mechanism that manages abnormal termination of the program. Coming to the case of a memory management, when an object is created in Java, it will instantiate the class and also memory is allocated when it is called through the object. In other programming languages, if we declare a variable as integer type or float type, memory is allocated for that particular variable though it is used or may not be used. In case of Java, when an object is instantiated for a class and when we call a particular object, then only memory is allocated. And also in other languages like C language, once the variable is already used, we have to use the garbage collection to free the memory. In case of Java, garbage collection is done automatically. And exception handling is also very highly used in Java programming language because when we have multiple types of error occurrence, then we can use the concept of exception handling to handle the errors to avoid the runtime termination of the program. Java is secure. Java is best known for its security. With Java, we can develop virus-free systems. It is also secure because of a no explicit pointer and Java programs run inside a virtual machine sandbox. In case of security, we don't have a pointer concept in Java so that the people who are using the Java may not know the storage location of the particular variable which we are using or the particular data which we are using. So if we don't know the address location, we will not be able to do some hacking concepts on Java. And also it is run on a particular independent virtual machine. So Java virtual machine is used to run a Java program and it will provide much security. Platform independent. Java code can be executed on multiple platforms. For example, we can execute a Java program in Windows, Linux, Mac OS, etc. Java code is compiled by the compiler and converted into the bytecode. First, a Java program, it should be saved with .java extension, and if you compile a Java program, the compiler will convert the written program into the bytecode. After that, this bytecode is a platform independent code, but it can run on multiple platforms. That is, write once, run anywhere. In one operating system, if we write, we can execute the particular Java program, the compiled code in any of the particular systems we can use. Architecture neutral. The term architecture neutrality refers to the Java ability to run on any device or platform without requiring modifications to its code. A particular program which is written in a particular system, that program can be executed on any system using the architecture neutral concept. Portable. Java is portable because it facilitates you to carry the bytecode to any platform. It does not require any implementation. As we discussed now, Java program can be executed at any place. So we can use the transferring of program for one system to the another system without any default implementation to be necessary. Interpreted. Modern JVMs use a just-in-time compiler which converts bytecode into native machine code. Since we have to execute the program, we have to convert the bytecode into the machine understandable code at runtime, improving performance while retaining Java interpreted behavior. Multi-threaded. A thread is like a separate program that executes concurrently. We can write Java programs to handle many tasks simultaneously. Next, Java is dynamic. It supports the dynamic loading of classes. It means classes are loaded on demand. As we discussed now, when we declare an object for a particular class, then only the data or the behavior of the classes can be implemented in any other classes. So it is a dynamically memory is allocated when we are using the classes. It also supports functions from its native languages like C or C++. Java supports dynamic compilation and automatic memory management. If you see the diagram here, so first a program is written in a text file with a .java extension, and after that the .java file is compiled. When you compile a Java program, the particular file .class file is created after compilation. Javac space file name .java we will use for compiling the Java, and automatically a .class file is created, and that .class file is in the form of a bytecode. After the .class file is transformed into a transformed .class file. Interpreted, executing code, and the just-in-time compiler will convert the code into the machine understandable code to execute or run the program. Now, architecture of JDK, JVM and JRE. So JDK means Java Development Kit, JRE means Java Runtime Environment, and JVM means Java Virtual Machine. Let us see now what are the three important characteristics which are used in Java. JVM is a Java Virtual Machine, which is an abstract machine, and it does not exist here. It is called as a virtual machine because it does not physically exist. It is a specification that provides the runtime environment in which bytecode can be executed. To execute a bytecode, we need a Java virtual machine. And Java runtime environment is a set of software tools which will help to execute the Java program. It is implemented by JVM. And Java Development Kit is a software development environment used to develop Java applications. JDK physically exists. When you want to execute a Java program, we have to download JDK. See here, it is when you download a Java, automatically JDK is installed in your system. With that JDK, you will be able to retrieve JRE, all the Java runtime environment variables or libraries, everything will be implemented using the JRE. And when JRE is in your system, you can automatically execute the JVM when you are running the Java program. How to set up the environment variables when you want to run a Java program. Java SE is freely available from the following link. So www.oracle.com/Java Technologies, and in downloads you will be able to download Java in a free. So free download is available. After you download a Java version, once Java is installed on your system, you must set the environment variable so that the operating system can locate the Java installation directions clearly. We can set up the path in the following ways. After downloading the Java, we have to set the path. To set the Java path in your system, first you have to go to the environment variables and you have to check the path. After the path is set, see the step-by-step process for executing a Java program. Source file is written in plain text files ending and saved with the .java extension. These source files are compiled into .class files by the Javac compiler. Javac compiler will convert .java program into .class files. A .class file does not contain code that is native to your processor. It instead contains bytecode, the machine language of the JVM, of the Java virtual machine. The Java tool then runs your application with an instance of the Java virtual machine. As the Java virtual machine is available on many different operating systems, the same .class file can be executed on any of the operating systems. If you see here, if we have the compiler here, these three are the three JVMs. This is a basic Java program. We have written a class. In that public static void main statement, we have written and system.out.println hello world. To execute this program, we have written this program in a Windows operating system, let us assume. Then that program is converted into that program we can use in a Windows operating system. But when the Javac compiler is compiled, the .class file, the same .class file we can take in Windows operating system, in Unix operating system, and Mac OS operating system. All these three operating system will have separate JVMs. The .class file can be executed in any of the JVMs. In Java, when you want to write any comment which is understandable by the person who is reading the program or executing the program, we can use the comments. Comments are ignored by the compiler but are useful to other programmers. The Java programming language supports three kinds of comments. First one is double slash, which is written for a single line statement. After writing the text after the double slash, the entire line is ignored by the compiler. Second one is writing between the slash star and the star slash. And the third one is between the slash star and star, and this is indicates for the documentation. So all the text which is written between these things will be ignored by the compiler. If a line containing simple white spaces, it is defaultly it is ignored by the program which is executed. Data types. Java has built-in data types and also created data types. The data type is defines the types of values a variable can hold. When we are using a particular value to indicate which type of value we are holding, we will use the concept of data types. Now, here we have two different types of data types in Java. One is primitive data type, second one is non-primitive data type. Short, byte, short, int, long, float, double, character, boolean. All these 8 are the primitive data types which are by default existed in the Java. And non-primitive data types are the data types which are created by us, which will include classes, interfaces, arrays, and enum. This is the structure of the data types, primitive data type and non-primitive data type. In the primitive data type, it is converted into three categories. First one is numeric, second one is character, third one is boolean. In the numeric data type, we can have integer type and also the floating point. Integer type include byte, short, int and long. Floating type include float and double. And character and boolean. These are included in the primitive data types. Now let us see them in detail. Byte. A byte data type is an 8-bit signed 2's complement integer. Its minimum value will range between the minus 128 to plus 128 plus 127 or 0 to 255. By default, if you declare any variable as byte and if you have not initialized, the default value will be saved as 0. Short. The short data type is a 16-bit signed 2's complement and its range include minus 3 to 7682 plus 3 to 767 or 0 to 655 35. Here also the default value if you are not initializing the variable is 0. Next one is of integer data type, and this integer data type is a 32-bit signed 2's complement which has a minimum value of 2147483648 plus 2147483647. And here also the default value will be 0. Long, when we use this long variable means when you want to take the range of value as a much bigger value of integer type, you will declare the variable as a long integer. Then here the range will be of a minus 263 to plus 263 2 power 63 minus 1. Floating point. When you want to represent a value in a decimal point representation, we will use the concept of a floating point representation. Here the size will be of 4 bytes and the range is minus 3.4 e power 38 to plus 3.4 e power 38. Double range is when you want to use a decimal value which we need with a high precision, then we will use the concept of a double data type. If you declare a variable as double data type, its size will be of 8 bytes and the default value will be 0.0. If you don't initialize a variable of float or double, the default value is which is given by the JVM will be 0.0. Character. When you want to take any particular data as a single letter character, we'll use the character data type. So here we can have the characters of 265, 266, 256 and 0 to 255 range, and ASCII code will be given for the variables or the values which we are considering here. The size will be of 2 bytes and the default value which is stored is \U0000. Okay, and the character ch1 is equal to single quotation a, like that we have to declare. Character space name of the character, that is equal to single quotation a single character. When you want to take a single alphabet, then only we will use the character data type. Boolean data type. The Boolean data type has only two possible values. One is true and another one is false. By default, the Boolean value is given as a false. Non-primitive data type. In the non-primitive data type, the first one we are going to discuss here is an array. Array is a container object that holds a fixed number of values of a single type. When you want to group a single data type with a combination of when we want to group them as a combination, then we will use the concept of array. If you observe here, this is the length of the array, and from 0 to 9 we are saving the data. Continuously we will save the data in a one after the another place. 0th location, first location, second location, third location up to 9th location. This is declared as a of 10. If you declare as a of 10, then that means that an array contains 10 values of the same data type. When it is declared as integer, it will be declared as a integer data type. We can declare the array as int square brackets space an array. That is the name of the array. You can give any name of your choice. How to create, initialize and access an array. How to create an array means int space an array is equal to new int of 10. That means an array is the name of the array which is created here, and a new operator or a new keyword is used to instantiate the variable, and int of 10 means we are considering here an array of 10 variables. See the example here, class public static void main. Here we have taken two square brackets, that means it is a double dimensional array. String names and Mr., Mrs., Miss. This is the first array, and the second array contains Smith and Jones. And when you want to display system.out.println names of 00 plus names of 10. Names of 00 means 0th row and 0th location, and names of 10 means first row and 0th location. So 0th 0 space is 00 means Mr. Here 10 means in the first row the 0th position. So automatically the output is displayed as Mr. Smith. What is a literal? A literal is the source code representation of a fixed value. When you declare a particular variable and if you want to declare the variable of a fixed value, we will declare it with the help of a literal. Literal representation without any computation. Boolean b is equal to true, character c is equal to a, byte b is equal to 50. These are the fixed values which are stored in the particular variable, which are called as a literal. If you declare a particular variable as int a is equal to 50, here int is the data type, a is the identifier or the variable name, and 50 is the literal. That means that the fixed value which you want to store to a particular variable is the literal.